everyone, this is Barbie with Jeannie's Designs, and I'm getting ready to do some cushion recovers for our front porch. It's 3 cushions, 2 seats, and 1 bench cover. They've been out there for a long time. I'll show them to you when we get into the fabric room where I'm going to cut them up. But they're pretty easy cushions. I am going to add some padding. And they have zippers on the back, so you'll see them in a minute. But this is stuff that I used to do for others, but it just wasn't something I really enjoyed, so I stopped doing it. So now I just do it for our stuff and maybe a few really close friends. So let's get started. Thanks for watching. Hi everyone, so this is what we're going to make the cushions out of. I got this at Joann's before they closed, and I got it very inexpensive. Because these cushions are out on our front lanai, they don't last but a couple years. They get sun and they fade. You'll see the ones and they get dirty. So this is actually rich loom outdoor fabric. So it's got a little bit of a coating, but it's very pretty. So that's what we're going to use for the cushions. I'm not quite ready for that. And then I am going to add extra excuse me, batting, outdoor batting. So here is one of the cushions. Don't judge me. Look how dirty it is. It is filthy. So what I like to do first is take my measurements. Oh dear, and I need a measuring tape. Where are my measuring tapes? Oh, please. Okay, so I like to just draw a picture of what the cushion looks like, and then I'm going to do all my measurements. So this is the front of the cushion, and this is the back of the cushion that has the zipper. So let's measure the width at the back. So it tapers. So it's 18 inches. Oh no, that's the back. Oh, dear. 18 inches, and the front is 20.5 inches. So it tapers by about 2.5 inches, and then the length is 19. And the depth is 3 inches. Depth 3 inches. Now my zipper gusset, let's just go all the way around. I don't know if this will go all the way around or not. This is a small measuring tape. No, it won't. So let's just do this. Let's go from here. And keep in mind, because I'm going to add some batting, I'll have to add a tiny bit. So this goes, oops, goodness gracious alive. This is just the way I do things. I'm sure there are many ways to do this. So from zipper gusset to zipper gusset, it's 57 inches. Gusset, 57 inches, zipper end to zipper end. And then the zipper gusset is 17 inches. Correct. 17 inches. Alright, I'm almost afraid to take this off. Right. So, am I wasting money by doing something like that? Oh my gosh, that actually looks really good. Okay. I thought I'm taking this off live. All right. So, yeah. Fold it up, and then it's much easier to pull off. That'll be the same for when we put it back on. I just wanted to make sure there were no buggies in there. Oh my gosh, that looks really good. I don't think I need to put any. I thought I was going to have to replace this cushion, but I don't think I'm going to. It looks good. And I am going to probably do some spray. I did these a while ago. That actually looks good. I'm not going to add any more batting. Looks good. I mean, really nobody sits in these. Tony does occasionally, but not very often. But oh my goodness, this thing is so filthy. I'm going to have to clean my mat when I'm done. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I have my measurements, but what I also like to do is get my fabric, and I want this fabric going the direction, because it's a stripe, going front to back. So let me get rid of this. I'm not going to use that. It's a beautiful thing. You know, sometimes when you have outdoor cushions, the foam gets nasty, and that really looks good. So I'm very happy with that. Okay. Shockingly. Okay. So I need one top and one bottom. Actually, I need four tops, because I have another cushion, which is the exact same size. So 4 cushions. And then I want my gusset to go this way, so I'm not going to worry about this waist. I have plenty. So I need to get some chalk, so hold on. Okay, so I got some chalk. So I'm going to do just a rough cut. Not a cut, a mark, a rough mark. All the way around. That ought to get more precise. Because I want this to be fairly snug. I don't want it to be saggy. Okay, did I get it? Yep. Okay, perfect. So let's just measure between here and see if I got it anywhere near my measurements. Now these measurements don't account for seam allowance, so I'll have to make sure I account for that. So in the back, yeah, that's pretty good. Oh my, that's pretty good. Yeah. Okay. I'm good with that. The other thing I'm going to do, just to double check it, is take my old cushion and lay it where I chalked too. I don't have a bunch of extra of this fabric, and I don't want to have to buy any other fabric. Oh, that looks really good. So I'm just making sure that I have enough for a seam allowance. Perfect. Okay, I'm cutting it. I'm cutting it. If anything, this is going to be too big, and that's okay. Okay, perfect. All right, let's put this. So there are my two pieces, and what I'll do for the other two is just use this as a template. Let's see. Perfect. All right, I'm going to cut two more of those. It helps that I'm not adding any more batting. Okay. Use my magnets to keep it where I want it. Okay. That's okay. I forgot about my white seam allowance over here, but my seam is going to be bigger than that, so I'm not worried about it. Okay. Perfect. So those are the 4 top and bottoms for 2 cushions. Perfect. All right. Love it. Now, I will grab the other base cushion. Okay, here's my other base cushion. And that looks perfect. Let's take it off and see how the batting looks. On this one, I used... Looks like I used a number 3 zipper. I have no idea why I would do that. I won't be doing that this time. Oh, this cushion looks good too. I'll take it. Okay. So here's the other thing that I think I'm going to do. I'm going to use, you see me struggling a little bit to get it out. You shouldn't need to struggle. If I was doing this for someone else, I wouldn't want them to have to struggle to get the cushion cover off. So what I would do is bring the gusset down so that you can fold this back to get the cushion in and out to wash it if you wanted to. So for me, that's what I'm going to do this time. Wow. I mean, why would I want to struggle? You know? This is stuck a little bit. Let's see if I can get that loose. There we go. Okay. Yeah. I mean, look how filthy these are. Oh. All right. So this is the other one. That's the So again, this cushion looks good. I'm gonna double check with Tony because he's the one I never sit out there, but he sits out there. So I'm just gonna make sure he doesn't want me to add just a little. Okay. So I asked the boss, and he wanted some more padding. So I cut a piece of extra padding. And I am going to spray glue this down. So that's what we're going to do, and then I'll trim it. So I have some Bastian spray here. Oh goodness, I got to get rid of some tools here. I got so much stuff right here. Let's get rid of some of this. I just realized I could put my magnets there. All right, let's get that out of the way. All right, so this is, yeah. Let's just do a little spray here. And then I will pull this side really taut. Not too bad. Oh, that stuff stinks. And stick that down. Now, there's some excess, so we're going to cut that off. This is really, this is Super 77 spray adhesive. It sticks anything really well. Okay. Perfect. Now, this on the side, I don't want a bunch of excess. Especially on the corners. I better turn the fan on a little higher. That stuff's pretty nasty. Okay. And then I'm going to cut into my corner, and I'm going to cut the excess off on the bottom. I don't need double on the side. This doesn't have to be pretty at all. And this is thick enough material. If your material was really thin, you'd want to be careful about, you know, anything, the humps and bumps showing, but this won't show. Okay, then up here, I'm going to just put a little right there so that sticks beautifully. Let's do the same over here. Very sticky. Okay. Perfect. A little extra cushy. Or extra cushy for a tushy. How's that for funny? Okay. So that I'll let dry for just a little bit. I'm going to have to go wash my hands. And then I did cut 2 pieces for my zipper gusset. So the zipper gusset is at the narrow end. And I have it just coming around the corner by about 4 inches on each side. So I cut 2 pieces of that. Let me just make sure they're the same length. Not quite. Okay. Perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get my zipper, and we're going to add our zipper gusset first. Then we're going to add one side of our gusset, and then we'll measure it and make sure that we cut it to length, and we'll go from there. Hi everybody. Okay, so a couple things. I do have some outdoor thread. I believe it's a Tex 90 thread that I got from sale right back when I was doing a lot of outdoor cushions. So that's what that is. And then I do have some nylon zipper tape and some nylon zipper pulls for number 5. These are just number 5. They're just basic. I don't have any maroon, and you won't be able to see this. It's in the back, so, and it's just for us, so I'm good with that. So here are my 2 zipper gussets. Here is my zipper, and I'm going to put this on here right side down. And I'm going to try not to use tape, just because I don't want my needle getting all gummy. So right side down, then we'll turn it and top stitch it. And I cut it a little long so I can get my zipper pull in there. Okay. And I'm using 1/4 inch seams. And a 4 stitch length. Is it important to use outdoor thread? If you want it to last and the seams not to come apart, I think so, especially here in Florida. We don't bring our cushions in, we just leave them out. So that's why it's important to use outdoor fabric, outdoor everything if you have it. If you don't, then don't do it. I would recommend it. And I believe this is Tex 90 or 90 weight. I don't know if it's called Tex 90, but okay, then we're going to turn that over. And top stitch that. All the way down. Oops, let me do it on this side. The other thing I would normally do is cover my zipper If I was making these for a customer, I would make a covered zipper. I'm not doing that for us. We don't need it, and I'm just going to have to replace these in a year or two anyway. I don't know how long this fabric is going to last, so I'm just not getting too fancy. So if you're doing custom cushions, you definitely cover your zipper. You don't want the zipper showing, is what I mean. All right, so let's do this side. I'm just trying to get my sides even. If I have to trim off a bit, I'm okay with that too. This material, oh dear, this material does not fray hardly at all. If I was using a material that frayed, I would have serged the edges. But again, this is not going to last probably more than a year or so. So I'm not going to worry about it. I don't know. I mean, it's not high quality material. We got it like for a few dollars a yard at Joann's before they closed. So, it wasn't expensive. And I got 2 yards, so I think it was less than $10. I don't have a ton of that thread left, so I'm hoping I have enough. I should. Okay. Stop stitch that side. Let me change cameras so you can see what I'm doing. How about that? Let me move it over just a hair. There we go. Is just perfect. So let's see how wide this is. This is 4 inches, so it matches my gusset. Beautiful. All right, let's put our, oh dear. Let's put our zipper pull on. And I don't care which way it goes, honestly. And these cushions aren't big enough to have 2 pulls on them. So, okay, perfect. All right, now I'm going to add one end on here. And then we will measure. And I'm doing 1/2 inch seams, at least here. little extra zipper tape. Burn that. Whoa. And then fold that over and top stitch. So it's just like a bag gusset, really. Not any real difference here. Other than we're not gonna, there's no lining to this. Okay. Beautiful. So that's what we have so far. Doesn't that look nice? Okay, let me go over and we'll measure. Okay, so here's my piece. The glue is all dried. I've got my zipper gusset on this narrower spot here. And I am just gonna pull it all the way around. And oh my gosh, it actually is not too big. I love it. Okay. Let's see. Let me get one of these pieces. Oh my gosh, this might just work out perfectly. So now we want this to be snug. I don't want it to be loose. If it ends up being loose, I'm not going to really worry that much about it. But so I'm pulling it pretty snug. I do want about the same of my zipper tape on each side. So that's about 4 inches, 4 or 5 inches on each side. Okay. So I'm going to clip that together. Actually, I think I'll just mark it. I'm going to mark it where my seam is going to go, right there. Okay, and so let's go back over and do our seam, and then we'll come back over and dry fit. In fact, I'll just change the camera, and I'll meet you over there. Here I come. These cameras were probably the best decision I ever made. It just makes it so much more seamless. All right, so let's put this right sides together on my seam. Right there. I'm not going to cut it until I test it. So let me go back over there. And let's see how it fits. Well, let's get it where I want it on the gusset here. Yeah. Okay. I think it's a little bit loose. So do you see that? It's a little bit loose. So I'm going to take it in. Let me see. If I take it in by... I'm going to take it in by at least a half an inch. Okay, let me go do that. Okay, so I'm going to make it a half an inch smaller, which actually I'm doing probably 3/4 of an inch. I had plenty of room there, so. All right, let's go back over there. It's a lot of dry fitting, as my friend Lori says. Let's see. Get your zipper on where you want it, about right there. Oh yeah. I could even go in a little bit more. I want it snug. I don't want it loosey-goosey. So, yeah, I'm going to go in another half an inch. Yeah. One more try. Hold on. Whoops. One more half inch. Then I'm going to cut it after I dry fit it. All right, let's go back over there one more time. So I'd rather do this a little bit back and forth and have it fit the way I want it. And it's not, I don't get it all sewn together and then it's like, oh, that's awful. It's too loose. Oh yeah. That's perfect, actually. Nice. Okay. So I'm going to cut off all my excess here. Excess? Not much, really. When you're making cushions, that is not much excess. What did I do with my lighter to burn my zipper? Okay. So now I am going to find the center of my zipper. And just make a little mark on either side. And then I am going to do the same down here. So I'm going to find my center. I'll just put a couple clips here. And find my center down here. Okay. Now, before I go over there, I'm going to find the center of my top and my bottom piece. Open my pieces. Okay, and then we're going to go over there and we're going to do one side at a time. All right, let's do one side. And I'm going to start in the back. Where my zipper is. Excuse me. So the narrow part is where my zipper goes. So we're going to start right there. Get my clips. Then I'm going to go down to the bottom. It's really very much like a bag. So this is your gusset. You're adding to the top and the bottom of your exterior. So you too can make your own cushions. So many of you probably do. It's so much better to do your own. You can pick your own fabric. I'm just going to clip these very loosely. Yeah. I've actually had this fabric. I bet I've had it. How long has Joann's been closed? 3 months. Have they been closed that long? Probably. So I got it probably a month before it closed. I've just been putting it off. I'd rather be making a bag, if you want to know the truth. I'd rather be making a bag. This is why I don't do this anymore, because it's not that much fun for me. It's okay. Now I have a little bit of excess here, so we're going to pull that just a little. Oh, you know what I need to do? Did I? I didn't top stitch this side. Let me top stitch this side. Barb. Yeah. Let's do that. Wouldn't have been the end of the world, but it wouldn't have been what I want it to be. All right. All right. So I am going to start on the bottom front because I want the bottom to look the best. So I'm going to start over here, and I'm doing 1/2 inch seams. Okay. Isn't this fun? Something different. Something totally different. And then do your best to go around the curves without puckers. And honestly, if I get a pucker, I'm okay with it. I don't want any. But if there are some, it's not going to be the end of the world. And honestly, that's why I'm starting in the front, because if there is a pucker, I want it to be in the back where the zipper is, where nobody will see it. I think there's going to be a pucker. It's okay. Maybe not. These aren't really sharp curves, which helps me a little. Yeah, there's going to be a tiny pucker right there. That's okay. Do it in the back where no one will see it. Now, if this was a customer's, I wouldn't allow pucker. I would only, and actually I'm going to stop right here and start on the other side. So in case it's too big there, I'll do it again. Same thing. If it was a customer's, I'd cut it down if it's too big, because you don't want puckers on a customer stuff. At least I wouldn't. Okay. Let's start from over here. Let's see how it's gonna fit. Let me just see. This is not stretchy, so that's always helpful. I think it's going to be okay. But even so, I'm going to go this way. There is going to be a little bitty of a pucker back here on this side too. Not a big deal. show you what I did. Let's see how it looks. No puckers in the front. Oh my. Or the corners. There are some puckers back in the back. Not really too bad. I don't know what you're going to be able to see, but that's what it looks like. So if we pull it out like this, in the back there's a little tiny pucker right there. And excuse me, there's one right there. But there are none in the front. Beautiful. All right, let's go dry fit it and see how it does. All right, let's see how we like it. It's nice and snug. I like it. So there it is in the front. Boy, that's nice. That is very, very nice. All right, I'm good with that. Let's put the other side on. And then we'll be done with one. Okay. There is no give to this material either, which is good and bad, honestly. So let's clip our centers. Again, this wider part is the front that we do not want any puckers on. These are the front corners down here. Now, if you don't have a serger and you want to, if you have material that's fraying, you could always just use your pinking shears on them as well. This doesn't really fray. I'm not worried about it at all. Okay. Oh dear, I had a clip that was mixed. Very bad boy. The nice thing about a cushion like this as well is if for some reason there gets a stain on one side, you can flip it over. So you basically have two sides that are useful. You know, you get little lizards out there and they like cushions. They like to hide under the cushion. So whenever Tony sits down out there, he's always lifting the cushion up first. Little critter under there. Okay. So again, I'm going to start at the front here. Let me see. Going around a corner, just take your time. Okay, I'm going to come back up again just to make sure there are no puckers in the front. It's hard to do it with the gusset not up. At least that's for me. I'm so used to doing it gusset up. Just taking my time. Almost done. Let's go see how it fits. Okay, here's the moment of truth. All right, let's put it on. Now, I'm probably still going to have to fold it over to get it in there. And you got to go slow with this because you could rip some seams. I didn't double seam, and you certainly could do that. Again, if this was for a customer, I would double stitch it. Double seam it, you know what I mean? But this is a very cheap material that will not last very long, I'm sure. Okay, let me get this corner in here. And for me, I'm pushing my seam on the gusset side. I don't want it to be on the top. Not that it probably matters, but that's just me. Okay. Beautiful. The other thing that I do with customers is I don't want them having to mess with this batting. So I usually make a cover for the cushion so they don't have to worry about the zipper getting stuck and all of that. Again, I'm not doing that for me. But I would do it for a customer, but I don't do that anymore. Way too much work. Not nearly as fun as making a leather bag. That is it. Oh my gosh, that is so nice. No puckers in the front on either side. I think I like this side the best. Not that it matters, but. And then in the back there are just a couple little puckers. Nothing much. Beautiful. Now I need to punch, looks like I need to punch this corner out just a hair. Hold on. Get my hand in there. Perfect. Either side is fine, really. There you go. One recovered cushion. Has a little extra cushy for Tony's tushy. That's it. Let me go show you a little closer. Here it is. So this is the back where the zipper is. This goes to the back of the chair. And then this is the front. I mean, for a fabric that costs $2 or $3 a yard, there was no way I was spending a lot of time and effort because it's out there with the geckos and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the other one that is made exactly like this. And then for the foot cushion, it is made a little differently. So I will show you that next. And then when we're done, I'll take a picture and show you what it looks like out on the front porch. Okay? Thanks. See you in a bit. All right, there it is. Very simple, fresh look. It just looks perfect. There's a little gecko up there. Can't see him. Little stinker. There we go. Fresh look for probably less than $10.